up since 5, getting beautiful. And welcome back to my channel, Scorpio Chronicles. You already know the vibes. If you are new here, my name is Arie. I'm known as your destiny advisor. On this channel, we talk about all things real, authenticity. We learn from each other on my experiences, and we have fun. We travel. We're conspiracy theorists, amongst other things. I'm also a designer. So yeah, welcome to my channel. We do not sugarcoat here. We talk real facts, and we talk about things that are going to put us or keep us on our own unique destinies. Also, since you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon, where I will be posting more in-depth spiritual content and sensitive content that I cannot post on my YouTube channel. But hey y'all, anyways, today we are going to be talking about a lot of things I wish I learned in my 20s. So basically what I learned in my 20s, or just in life rather, is that you have to be okay with constantly changing. You have to be okay with life constantly forcing you to change, pushing you to change. You have to be okay with meeting certain people who are going to trigger you. Now, in which manner these people trigger you is really dependent on you, dependent on what is for your highest good on a soul level, depending on where you're trying to go in life. Because what I've learned, especially from people who have hurt me or people who I just wish I never met, the biggest lesson that I've gained from these experiences is the fact that I know what I want now. I know who I am now. These people help me to realize when I'm allowing people into my life who are a part of an old karmic cycle that I have already ended a long time ago. People are there to reflect certain things to you. Now, me, if you guys have been on my channel for a while, you know how I call myself like a walking mirror, because that is just what I am. I tend to come around people and I will reflect to them who they really are, not who they portray themselves to be, not who they gaslight people to be. No, I will show you who you really are on the inside. Either you will realize that there are certain things that are lacking within you that I possess within me, or let's just be honest, because I don't sugarcoat here, most people run from me, and this is something I had to realize. It took me such a long time to realize it, but I'm glad I get it now, because this is going to help you. People run from me because I am this mirror. So a lot of the work that I put in, a lot of the healing that I've done, a lot of the transformation that I have done within my own personal self for my own good, okay? I'm not changing for anyone, but I will change every single day of my life for me, to improve me. And because of that, I realized that people do not like being around me, because a lot of people are unhealed. They are suffering in silence. A lot of people are suffering in stagnation. A lot of people are in a mental prison that, but 9 times out of 10, if not 10, they put themselves there. And I can talk about this because I used to be the type of person where I was in a mental prison, where I could not move, where I could not understand why I was still on the fucking hamster wheel. It took me a long time, but because I've been that version of myself in my past life, I'm in a position to where I can talk from the other side of the tracks, if you know what I'm saying, because I know what it's like to be stuck and stagnant, to be trapped in your head and your own thoughts, to dwell on the limitations and the projections that people have put on you as you've gotten older. I know what it's like. And also, like, I used to be very empathetic about it, and I'm still empathetic to a certain extent, but not to the degree that I'm going to enable another being to stay stagnant. I'm not doing that, because 1, that doesn't serve me. 2, it's not going to serve you to baby and enable you. And I've learned through experience, and I know it just does not work. It doesn't work. So to avoid all of that, listen, if you are unhealed, if you are like just stuck in victim mentality, because I've also been in victim mentality, and I'm telling you to get the fuck up, stop all that whining, express how you feel in a healthy way. Get a journal, write that shit out, put that shit in a book, create your own channel, go to therapy. Just I would rather focus on my core issues, because I don't believe everyone needs therapy. Everyone doesn't need therapy, but if you feel like it's something that you want to do it. Maybe it will help you. You will never know. I am my own therapist. If you spent your whole life being everyone else's therapist and helping everyone with their own issues, you would understand where I'm coming from. So I know that I have the skills to help other people because I help other people all the time. It was only once I realized that I myself needed help, that's when I was able to break away from other people and their baggage to focus on my own and heal myself. So I'm my own therapist, because really I'm the one who knows what I've been through, and I'm also the one who's able to put themselves outside of themselves so that I can get a better idea. Plus, you know, there's YouTube, there's speakers, there's podcasts. Like, I'm just saying, if you can't afford the therapy, you have options. Yeah. And so another thing that I learned in my 20s is that you have the right to change as much as you want to. Like for me, when I was in my early 20s, like mentally, I could not see me like living by myself or paying rent or paying bills or being like an adult. For some reason, my brain could not formulate what I would look like or what my life would look like if I was an independent adult. So for me personally, I feel like that crippled me to a certain extent in my 20s. I was always ambitious. I was always in school. I was always active doing something. It just wasn't things that I genuinely wanted to do. Like, I went to school. If you're not aware, I have 2 degrees in diagnostic ultrasound, and I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, I do not care. Like, one thing I wish I knew in my 20s is fuck the opinions of other people. Fuck trying to make your parents proud. Fuck trying to people please. Like, that is the biggest thing that I learned. Do not ever be a people pleaser, and never shrink yourself because you're too big, or your ideas are too big, or how you feel or view the world is too big compared to the people that you have around you. The main thing I learned in my 20s is that titles mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. I actually like the sun on my eyes, that's why I'm leaving it here, but if you're annoyed, oh well. So yeah, that's mainly the main things that I learned in my 20s. Is just not to be naive. I used to be so naive and just over trusting and just like, no, this person wouldn't do that, or no, they're this to me. They would, and they will. And if you feel like they would, just cut them off now and ease your tension. I promise you'll thank me later. In my early 20s, I wish I never allowed the world to attempt to change me, because I feel like from 17, 18, 19, 20, like, I ain't give a fuck about nothing. You was gonna hear my mouth. I ain't give a fuck about nobody's feelings or none of that. But I think just over the course of dating, you know, toxic people and just having toxic friends and just having people around me who did not mean me well. I really wish I would have only surrounded myself around people based on what genuinely interests me, as opposed to surrounding myself around people because we had gone to school or throughout elementary school or because we were family. Biggest transformative lesson that I really wish that I knew early in my 20s is that people, especially family, people will be around you, right? But they will hate your fucking guts. Like, they will hate you. Like, y'all don't understand. When I be talking about, nah, just cut people off, just, no, I mean that. And on some G shit, because I cut off everybody. Like, everyone had to go. Because I cut off everyone, I was able to see who was holding me back, what was holding me back, where I was holding myself back, and who else I needed to let go that I was just keeping around because they were close family or a parent. Listen, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You see me, I'm one of these people where, because I have a good heart, people used to guilt trip me, right? And it worked for a very long time. And I realized when I was my savage self, where I didn't care about nobody's feelings, I only cared about mine, I was the most happiest. So the biggest lesson that I learned in my 20s is to pay attention to the people who are happy when you are at your lowest. Pay attention to the people who are sad, or who are side-eyeing you or evil-eyeing you, or who are quiet when you are to be celebrated. Pay very close attention to that, okay? Because at the end of the day, what I've learned in my early 20s, family means nothing. Friends from childhood means nothing. Relationship titles means nothing. People will be around you as long as they can use you, or they benefit from you, or they benefit from something that you do, or something that you will do, or something that you have, or your heart, or your energy. The biggest lesson I learned in my 20s is to be very selective with who I give my energy to be very cautious of who I tell my business to, of who I try to help, because a lot of the people who had to get cut off by me are people that I helped, people that I genuinely loved, people I would have rolled to the wheels fall off for. And you know what? God showed me that you don't know what people are saying or doing behind the scenes when you're not around. But the minute you distance yourself from these people, you will get all the clarity in the world as to why certain things just did not work out, why there were so many delays that you had to wait on, why there were so many obstacles you had to fight. Y'all, the people in my life, in my old life, because this is my new life, the people in my old life, they had no business being there. Just like I had no business trying to include these people into my divine plans. Which brings me to my last point. The biggest lesson I learned in my 20s, when you have a vision, when you have an idea, when God puts something on your heart for you to do, because we get excited and we want to share our blessings and share our ideas and share our abundance and share our prosperity with other people. And no, because at the end of the day, everyone has 24 hours. Everyone has the ability to think for themselves, to have a desire. Everyone has desires. Everyone gets downloads. People just don't listen. So you should never sacrifice yourself or your dreams or what you want, or put that shit in jeopardy because you want to share your excitement or share your ideas. The biggest lesson that I learned, if you have something or God has put it on your heart for you in particular to do it, do not tell a soul. Don't tell anyone anything until you're ready to release it, put it out there, or launch it. Don't tell anyone anything. And this is how I learned who was really for me and not for me, because I spent so much time just broadcasting my dreams, my plans, my business ideas. No, and I regret it, because I have faced unnecessary obstacles, unnecessary delays, because I know that the people I was sharing my hopes and dreams to and with really did not want that for me, and they put the evil eye on it, and that's why it was delayed. Last but not least, because I would be sitting here all day talking y'all heads off, the biggest lesson that I learned in my 20s is to love God, to trust in divine timing, because the shit that I've gone through, nobody but God has had my back. Nobody but God is the reason why I smile, okay? It's the reason why you get all these good vibes. I'm telling you, like, God has been my foundation. God has been my mother and my father, my provider, my teacher, my therapist. Like, I love God so much, and I will never change that. And I think that's the biggest cultivation of what my 20s was about. My 20s was there to show me that when you have no way and you have nobody but just you, if all you have is yourself, you have everything, as long as you know God, like the true God. Definitely do serve the God that is loving, that is balanced, that is just. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just so grateful, because me 2 years ago, me before the pandemic, at the start of the pandemic, and me now, bro, I know who I am, but I don't recognize that old version of me. And I'm so glad, because sis, she was not it. But this one, we're here for it. So yeah, I really hope you like this video. I hope you find this resourceful, inspiring, like, I'll tell you this right now. When I was in my early 20s, I thought by 29 I was going to already like be married, have my first kid, be living this certain lifestyle. And you know what? My life did not turn out that way. But one thing that I can say, when I was in my early 20s, I wasn't worrying about what the typical young 20-year-old was thinking about. Like, I was already initiated into my spiritual journey. I had already known, like in my mind, I told myself, even if I don't have the finances or the lifestyle all figured out by 29, one thing I need is to know who I am on a spiritual level as a soul, as a spiritual being having a human experience. It was very important for me that I had all the answers that I personally needed to know about life. Why are we here? What is my purpose? Why is the world the way that it is? Was the world always this way? When did it start being fucked up? You know, like these were the questions that I genuinely cared about all throughout my early 20s. So to be 29 and I have the answers for these questions, and I have the proof and I have the experience to back these questions, and I know that they're valid. Honestly, that's all I could have asked for. It's only up from here. Like everything is up from here because my core foundation is strong, and that was the most important thing for me. So I just wanted to film this vlog to let you know that no matter what age you are, no matter where you're at in your life, you can change, and you have the freedom to change. You have the power within yourself to change. There's going to be challenges in that change, and there's a lot that you're going to discover about yourself. But at the end of the day, this life is all about character building. This is all about God using you, if you are his chosen one, for his greatest good. Because at the end of the day, like, y'all know I don't sugarcoat. People been talking shit, spreading lies. Niggas been dragging my name throughout the mud. Niggas been calling me crazy my whole life because I think like this. You know, like, you know, because I be on some other shit. But I'm going to tell you this right now. These are the same people who one day might need my help. But I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be there because my mission will be bigger than myself. And that's how you got to see it. Like, don't let nobody tell you nothing about yourself. Because one thing I've learned in my 20s, people will sit here and go hard in the paint, like overtime, work the graveyard shift to try to change you. And these are the same people who's going to turn around and mimic you. So fuck what anybody has to say. Live your best life. If there's a dream that you have, if there's an idea that you have, if there's a business that you have, even if it's in your mind, put that shit on paper and get it done. All you need is God. When you feel not motivated, when you feel like you want to give up, pray. Pray. The power of prayer is a serious weapon. Do not play with it. Do not play with it. And understand that anytime you pray for something, the answer is always going to be yes. Don't get caught up on how long it's going to take you to do something. Just do it. Once I realized, the more I do one thing every day, one thing towards my dreams or my goals every day, that's all you need. And even when you feel like, damn, am I moving in the right direction? Am I doing right? You are. But always ask God. You could talk to God directly, same way how I'm talking to this camera. You can ask for your angels or your ancestor guides. Always make sure to specify that these beings have pure, positive, loving intentions, because there are a lot of beings around us that listen. Now, all of them are high vibrational and love and light. Some are demons. So you have to be very specific and intentional. But as long as you do that, and you have confidence that whatever it is that you want to be, do, and have, whether or not people support you, that's none of your business. But know that you have God behind you. You have God within you. And you're good. You're going to be successful. You're going to be great. You're going to succeed. You're going to break free of the chains of whatever you think is holding you. You will do it. You will do it. I decree and declare it, and I speak that over you. But I really enjoyed making this vlog. I really hope this helps someone, especially the young ladies in your early 20s. Like, yo, you do not need to be chasing no man. Get your money. Get your money. And if you have someone who wants to court you, make them court you. Make these people respect you for who you are. Don't alter yourself for anyone. And if you are going to alter yourself, make sure it's always for yourself and for your greatest good. And that's on period. So yeah, y'all, I really hope you like this vlog. I hope this touches your heart, your spirit. If ain't nobody tell you, I love you. Okay? I love you. Okay? You are loved. I know it sounds foreign when you're not used to hearing it. I get it, but I love you because as long as you are trying your best, you're doing your best, you're not a wicked individual. Listen, I got love for you and I believe in you, so go and get it done. Anyways, y'all, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to Scorpio Chronicles. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're going through. Let me know if this helped. Let me know if you have some suggestions for some other things that you wish you want to know in your 20s that I may have missed here on this vlog. But yeah, y'all, thank you for watching. I'm Arie, Destiny Advisor.